therapist Kristen Jacobson.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen, the anxiety therapist. And if you're anything like me, then stress and anxiety are unwelcome guests that really seem to pop up more often than we'd like. And I was actually talking about this with my own therapist a few weeks ago. Yes, any good therapist also has their own therapist so that we don't bring our own shit into session. But there's been a lot going on in my personal life lately that has just sort of compounded the stress that I'm already under, just being a professional, owning a business, being a mom, being a wife, all of the day-to-day stressors that most of us deal with. So I was talking this through with my therapist, and she kind of opened my eyes to this idea that there's such an importance of daily movement in managing stress and anxiety because it really helps to stabilize our cortisol levels. So if you're not familiar with cortisol, this is a hormone that often gets a bad rap. It's, referred to as the stress hormone. Sometimes you'll see those advertisements on TV about how cortisol contributes to belly fat, all of this stuff. So it often gets a bad rap, but it's really crucial for our survival. And when we're faced with a stressful situation, our bodies release cortisol to help us handle it. So it's sort of like this built-in alarm system that works with your brain to control your mood, motivation, and fear. However, in our modern world, stress isn't always about immediate physical danger, and it can be related to deadlines, financial worries, daily hassles, anything that keeps our cortisol levels elevated for longer periods than our bodies are designed to handle. And if this alarm button stays on, then the prolonged elevation of cortisol can lead to issues like anxiety, depression, headaches, difficulty sleeping, weight gain, etc. So movement is really a natural stress reliever. When we engage in physical activity, our bodies release endorphins, and those feel-good hormones act as natural painkillers and mood elevators. So regular movement really helps to regulate our cortisol levels, essentially hitting the reset button on our stress response. So why daily movement? Think of it as maintenance. Just like you wouldn't wait for your car to break down before getting an oil change, you really shouldn't wait for a full-blown stress meltdown before taking care of your mental health. And daily movement really helps to keep our stress levels in check and our cortisol balanced. So let me guess, you don't have time to do this every day. Daily movement doesn't have to be about intense workouts or these long gym sessions. So let's talk a little bit about what actually counts as movement. Some examples would be stretching. These can be simple stretches done in the morning or throughout the day, just to keep your muscles flexible and relieve some tension. They can look like neck stretches, shoulder rolls, hamstring stretches, and calf stretches. You can do standing desk workout, so incorporating small exercises while working at a standing desk. You could do calf raises, desk push-ups, and standing leg lifts. You could try Tai Chi. This is a gentle form of martial arts, and it includes improved balance, flexibility, and stress reduction. If you're somebody who sits for a long period of time, you could do some chair exercises. You could do seated leg lifts, tricep dips, and seated marches. You could take a mini dance break, put on your favorite song, and dance around for a few minutes. This is a great way to get your heart rate up. Household chores. So if you're vacuuming, mopping, gardening, all of these count as physical movement, and they can actually be surprisingly good workouts. You could do simple body weight exercises. These can be done anywhere and really don't require any equipment. Things like squats, lunges, push-ups, planks, things like that. If you have an informal meeting or phone call, take it on the go and walk around while you're talking. This can help you stay active without disrupting your schedule. You can opt for taking the stairs instead of an elevator. And this is just a simple change, especially if you work in an office building. You can do balance exercises to improve stability and coordination, like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe, side leg raises, etc. You could try some gentle Pilates. This really focuses on core strength, flexibility, and controlled movements. And it's really good for improving posture and reducing lower back pain. Just walking in general. So maybe you take your dog for a walk. A simple 20-minute walk can do wonders. It's really low impact and it gives you the chance to clear your mind. A lot of people do yoga, and this could be, this doesn't have to be a full-blown class. It could be finding a 10-minute YouTube video and combining that physical movement with mindfulness. You could do some strength training. Lifting weights can be a great way to release tension and build physical strength. It helps with muscle tone and overall fitness. And then finally, one of my favorites is cycling. So I really enjoy doing the Peloton scenic rides. I just put on my own playlist and ride in various countries. And it's pretty cool to see kind of the landscapes of places that I haven't been yet or may never go. So in times of really high stress, like I was talking about, when life throws us more than usual, these are times that we need to go above and beyond our usual movement routine just to maintain this equilibrium in our cortisol levels. So this might mean extending your walk or adding an extra workout in. If you're used to working out 3 days a week, maybe do 4 to 5 in times of high stress, things like that. So when our cortisol levels are particularly high, these usual activities, they might not be enough to bring them down. And so increasing the intensity or duration can really help with this. So you want to think of it like you're matching the increased stress with increased effort in your physical activity to help your body find that balance in cortisol levels. So not only does this daily movement help with stress and anxiety, it also comes with a ton of other benefits. It improves your sleep, it boosts your mood, there's enhanced cognitive function, so you might see a boost in memory and learning, and then it increases energy levels. So, it sounds counterintuitive, but expending energy through exercise or movement can actually leave you feeling more energized. So you just have to be careful not to do too much in the evening before bed because you don't want to boost your energy when you're trying to fall asleep. In terms of making daily movement a habit, there are a few tips that can really help to make it stick. One is to set realistic goals. So you want to start small and then just gradually increase your activity level. And just remember, consistency is a lot more important than intensity at this point. You also want to find something you enjoy. Obviously, you're more likely to stick with activities that you find fun. So just, experiment, try different types of movement until you find something that you really enjoy doing. You want to schedule it. So treat your daily movement like an important appointment, an important meeting. Block out time in your calendar. Otherwise, I guarantee it's not going to get done, especially if you say, oh, I'll do it later, after such and such. We always kick the can down the road and it never happens. So schedule it. And then mix things up. So keep things interesting by varying your activities, and this can help prevent boredom and helps to target different muscle groups. So really, as simple as it is, incorporating daily movement into your routine is truly one of the best things that you can do for your mental health. It's natural, it's an effective way to manage stress and anxiety. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there's science that backs it up. So just keep in mind, it's about finding what works for you and just making it a habit, making it a consistent part of your life. So I hope you found this helpful. I would really love to hear what types of daily movement you incorporate into your routines, your daily routines, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get notified whenever I put out new content every Wednesday. All right, take care. I'll talk to you next week.